and welcome to ACS Golf and today's video, which is a review. It's a review of the Mizuno ST-G Titanium as it's been released on a Friday. You know, it's a brand new club, and it is. So this was released at the end of 2023, but it's the current 2024 model. You'll find with Mizuno, they release their clubs at the end of the year rather than the beginning of the year, such as your Callaways, TaylorMade, etc. So this is the current year's model and why this video has been released on a Friday. Now, reason I'm reviewing this for you guys today is because, well, a few things really. Number one, I will continue reviewing Mizuno woods because they really are criminally underrated. Especially the newer stuff. Don't get me wrong, if you go quite old, wood white are not very good irons. Obviously, doesn't matter what generation you pick up, they're going to be great. When it comes down to the wood, you know, they really have been making strides over the past couple of years. They've been pumping a lot of money into the R&D to really try and get a bit of the market. And the thing is the stuff they're producing is really good, but people still aren't picking them up, which means you can be picking up clubs like this, which is their current model, brand new for an absolute steal, and getting a club that personally could be performing better than some of the well-known brands who release their, you know, their fairway woods, such as Callaway, TaylorMade, Ping, etc. And so that's the main reason to do the review, is to get you guys to see how good this club is and then potentially go out there and buy it. Because if you're looking for a low spin, high launching, playable, you know, fairway wood, you know, with all the workability in there, so you better play a fairway wood, this could be an absolute steal over, you know, your QI10 Tour, over your Ping G430 LSTs, over your new GT3s, GT3s and Titleist, because the price of this is dropping. It is spectacular. So there you go. That's the main reason I picked it up. I also picked it up, to be fair, because I went down to my local store, Silvermere, and saw this on for sale and had to get it because I do love Mizunos. So there you go. But anyway, as always, what we're going to do is we're going to have a closer look at the club, come back here, go through all the technology that's in here, get down to range for some figures of you guys, and then come back in here for the ACS Golf Scale. All right, let's have a closer look at this absolute gorgeous beauty. So there you go, and I'm sorry, but absolutely gorgeous. I love the sole. I love the little subtle blue in there, which, you know, Mizuno have been known for the years. You know, obviously got that steel plate on the bottom. And then just look at that. Just a little bird logo there for alignment. Nice, proper nice shiny black crown. And I love the shape of it as well. I do prefer better player clubs. You know, being that sort of more average golfer, low handicap of 8. Are these suited for me? Probably not, but I definitely prefer that smaller profile, especially when it comes to fairway. Even my drivers, to be fair, prefer a little bit more squashed. But yeah, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now, let's get into the technology that is in this club. So, Mizuno ST-G Titanium Fairway Wood, low spin, compact tour performance. So Mizuno's first ST-G fairway wood is a low spinning all titanium power fairway wood created as an option for our faster swinging tour staff and solid ball strikers chasing a more penetrating ball flight built upon the ball speed platform Mizuno Core Tech chamber, which is there. If we go into the technology that's in this club, so full body TI construction, so titanium. So TI 811 body with a high strength multi-thickness titanium face for outstanding ball speed. So full titanium body there, as you can probably guess from the name, titanium. So no carbon fiber. Ultra low spin construction. So created through a combination of Mizuno's Cortex chamber and 80 gram, there you go, 80 gram, that's a heavy weight, especially for a fairway wood, 80 gram stainless steel sole plate, 8 gram stainless steel front screw, and a lightweight waffle crown. So you've got titanium waffle crown on the top, your 80 gram steel sole plate there. You know, that's a lot of weight on that steel sole plate. And then you've got even more weight at the front there with that 8 gram screw. So there you go, all the way at the bottom and the front of the club for low CG, for that low spin. You know, you've got modern players pear shape, as I said, it's absolutely gorgeous. And inviting compact head that sits perfectly square at address. It's just beautiful. Just flick through a photo there rather than more information. But there you go. And the whole thing from this, so Chris Voschel, so director of product, there's a significant number of our tour players, especially in the US, chasing lower spin with their fairways. There are some very good options already out there. So we took our time and ensured we got put our time in testing on tour. And this isn't necessarily the first sort of like low spin model they've done. They did a few tour specs. So I had the Mizuno ST-200 tour specs, so TS, where you had that adjustability on the hosel. Great, absolutely loved it. Came out really low, great fairway wood. And to be honest, I sort of got rid of it. I regret getting rid of it, to be honest. But anyway, so moving on, so you've got tour tested for sound, so a combination of Mizuno's Cortec chamber, internal tuning ribs creates a more solid feel at impact. So they're looking into the sound, which a lot of clubs are doing at the moment. And I have to say, it really sounds really nice, quite a muted sound. A lot of the time when it's all full titanium models, you can sometimes get that quite tinny noise. Ping, for example, really reminds me of Ping when you say that. However, with this, you definitely don't get that. I mean, possibly think you may be hitting something with carbon fiber in it, but you definitely aren't, obviously. And then we've got a quick switch hosel. So there you go. So 4 degrees of adjustability to fine tune address and trajectory. So this is at the moment it's 15. I can loft it all the way down to 13 and all the way up to 17 if I wanted to. But I've just been playing it at 15. It's been working very well for me. Just going into the spec. So as I mentioned, you get the titanium, you get a 3-wood, which goes from 13 to 17 degrees. CC head is 168. So the 3-wood is a little bit bigger than the 5-wood, which you get an 18 degrees and is only 156 cc. So you tend to find that with the 3-woods, they tend to be a little bit bigger than the 5-woods, a bit more cc, with the ideas your 3-wood, you're probably going to be hitting off the tee more, when a 5-wood is generally going to be more used off the turf. So therefore they can put a little bit more size in that 3-wood to help really maximize the distance. In the titanium, you can get 3-wood right hand and left hand. You could only get right hand only in the 5-wood. But there you go. So, good amount of technology in there. Titanium, you've got this Cortec chamber, which really does help on low hits as well. Their new thing they brought in over the past couple of years worked really well. And obviously, that big old sole plate on that titanium body. All right, now let's get down to the range. I'm going to throw some figures at you, and then we're going to come back here and go through the ACS golf scale. I'm going to tell you my final thoughts about this club. All right, see you in a bit. Here I am down at the range. Now, with a 3-wood for me, I'm normally looking around total distance 230 yards, and that's pretty much exactly what I got with this club. So on average, I had a carry of 205 yards, total distance 231 yards, ball speed 139 miles per hour, launch angle 13, and height 65 feet. Now, really good figures. Obviously, the carry is a little bit low, down 205. The best carry I actually got was 218 yards, which I would be really happy with. Now, not the end of the world. I mean, this is a low spin model, so I expect it to come out low, 13 degrees launch angle as well. Well, for me, it's actually pretty good, but, this does come out low and just keeps on rolling, which is perfect because I want this club to roll. I'm playing in the summer at the moment. The grounds are really hard. So for me, I want it to come out low and just to keep on rolling and to maximise my distance. So at the moment, it is perfect. Ball speed 139 miles per hour. Again, really happy with that. Launch angle 13, height 65, I mentioned. Just generally really happy with the performance and being able to push the ball speed. The fastest ball speed I actually got was 147 miles per hour actually looking at this. Generally really happy with the performance of the club, and it feels amazing too. Here the figures are in a table. So 230 on average distance, really happy with that. It's exactly where my 3-wood, well, I want my 3-wood to be. Carry yards 205, not the end of the world. Might like it a little bit longer than that, but obviously it being a low spin, I can understand that. And in summer, for me, I want it to come out low and just keep on rolling. So generally, really happy with the figures. Obviously a little bit drop down on the shortest, which is expected because this isn't the most forgiving model out there. But launch angle 13 degrees, also happy with it. So there you go, and some really good figures, to be fair, to be on that average of 230, which I look for with a 3-wood, and then, to be able to push it to 240, to get ball speed up to 145 miles per hour, really, really happy with this, to be fair. Now, let's get into the ACS golf scale. So remember, we've got distance, feel, looks, price, and forgiveness. 5 being the best, 1 being the worst. Now, for me, distance here, I've given this a 4 out of 5, which is very, very good. You know, being able to push up to 240 is great. Do I think it's the longest fairway wood out here? Probably not, but then it's not necessarily needs to be. You know, this is for the faster swing speed players, you know, who will probably get more out of this than I would, because, you know, I'm not the fastest swing speed out there. You know, drivers and all around at 98 miles per hour. You know, they'll get even more distance out of this because they'll be getting better launch, lower spin, and they'll, well, not lower spin, probably a little bit more spin to help it get in the air a little bit more, but they'll be getting more distance out of it. So even though I've given it a 4 out of 5, I definitely think in the right hands, it's probably a 4.5 out of 5, to be honest. But do I think it's going to be longer than your big hitting TaylorMade, your big hitting Callaways? Probably not, but then that's not just what this club is about. You know, it's not necessarily about that. You know, it's about its workability, about its feel, about its control. And that's the thing, it was really consistent. You know, we'll talk about consistency a little bit more when I look into the forgiveness, but it was really consistent, you know, and it's workable. You know, I could move it left, I can move it right, I can hit it a little bit low, I can hit it a bit high, even I can, you know, it is a very workable fairway wood, was exactly what they want. So there you go. But 4 out of 5, I think in the right hand, you know, faster swing speed, and then I think probably a 4.5 out of 5. But for your average little player, a 4 out of 5, I'd say, just because of that low spin. So do be aware of that. Feel, 4.5 out of 5, felt absolutely fantastic. I sort of reading that 4.5 and thought maybe I should put it up to 5, but felt great. Felt really quite soft, which I love from a fairway wood. You know, for me, out testing a load of fairway woods for the channel, this and a Titleist are definitely the best feeling fairway woods that I've ever felt. You know, to get that soft but yet strong, powerful feel, really, really good. So yeah, very happy with that. 4.5 out of 5. Now, if you're not surprised, looks 5 out of 5. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I love the shape of it. I love the look on the top, the simplicity of it. It's beautiful. Really is beautiful. So 5 out of 5. Moving on to forgiveness. So forgiveness, you know, as you saw that table there, is a bit of a drop off when it's struck badly because it is a low spinning model. It's not built for forgiveness, especially with all that weight right at the front there. But forgiveness wise wasn't that bad because it was still consistent. So even though I did lose ball speed and therefore lost distance, it wasn't like it was going spraying all over the place. It was still very much consistent, still sort of, for me anyway, went in the right direction. So I'm giving it a forgiveness rating of 3 out of 5 because of that drop off in ball speed. But yeah, don't be surprised that yes, you do drop off in ball speed, but it still goes straight. Because, you know, that lowest one where I hit 218 yards out on the golf course, I'd be really happy with that. If I get up to 230, it'd be great. I'm 10 yards short, but it's still going straight. I'm taking that every single time. So yes, there is a bit of a drop off in ball speed if you did not hit this out the middle, which you'd expect for what, well, basically for what this club is aimed at. It's aimed at for the better ball strikers and the quicker swing players. However, because of its consistency, it's definitely kept that sort of forgiveness up. So I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. And maybe could push to 3.5 out of 5. But the reason it's dropped down is just because that ball speed has changed. And I don't think it's fair for me to go, oh, it's really, really forgiving because the ball keeps on going straight. But that, you know, the distance stuff suffer if you do not hit it in the middle of the club face. So there you go, 3 out of 5. Now on to price. You know, and when it comes down to new clubs, I always discuss the price of it new. I don't look into the second-hand market because I just don't. You know, my idea is we're looking at this as a brand new club. If you're going to store it and getting fitted for it right now, don't get me wrong, if you look in the second-hand market for this, the price is very, very good. So if you want to have a go at this second-hand, do check it out. But there's not too many on there, to be honest. So do be aware of that. But brand new at the moment in the UK, this is going for £269. In the US on Mizuno's own website, it's going for $250. So a lot cheaper over in the US at the moment because it's on sale from $400. That's a big drop off. You know, and even in the UK, £269, brand new. You know, go get yourself fitted, get the shaft you want, etc. Obviously, being Mizuno, you get premium Mitsubishi shafts in there, so you can be happy with that. But looking at the other competitors, so the other low spin models out there, okay, who, yes, might go a little bit further than this, but I guarantee won't feel as nice and maybe not even have as much workability, to be honest. So the AI Smoke, their more low spin model is £319. Okay, so that's a lot more than £269 there you can get in the UK. The QI10 Tour is £379, so an extra £100 more than it. Yes, the QI10 Tour does have the adjustable weight that does move and the track, which is quite a good piece of it. But again, hold on, it's not £100 worth. It's not worth £100 more than that. And this is definitely better feeling the QI10. And personally, definitely better looking as well. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure the QI10 Tour will probably go longer than this, but it's not going to be a huge amount further. Believe me, it really won't be. And then you're looking at brand new GT models. Again, £349, a lot less. Cobra LS, the low spin model from Cobra, is £349. This is a lot less. You know, the Ping G430 LS, £479. Can't be right. Must have been, was it? Well, anyway, I've got it £479 there. Might be £379. I think there might have been a mistake on a website. Who knows? Who knows? But if it is £479, that's a lot less. If it's £379, that's a lot less. All I know is a Ping G430 LS is a lot more than this. And this is the thing. This is a lot less than all those drivers. And I promise you, it's going to feel better than them. Personally, it's going to look better than them. Distance-wise, a lot of them, it's probably going to beat them for the distance, even though, you know, the TaylorMade, I'm sure, will be a little bit further. But forgiveness-wise, they're going to be relatively the same as well because they're all that low-spin model. So, yes, you could go and get yourself a TaylorMade. You can go and get yourself other models. But for me, this just screams buy me now. If you're looking for a low-spin, workable, great feeling, great looking fairway wood, this is fantastic option. And it's white, which is really rare for me to do this. But for a brand new club, I've given this a 4.5 out of 5. I think it's an absolute bargain. The only reason I haven't given it a 5 is because it's still £269 for a fairway wood. In the US, it's still $250 in the US for a fairway wood. You know, I remember the days they were under £200, under $200 for a brand new one. So it is very expensive still for a fairway, but that's just the price it is nowadays. But that's why I haven't given it a 5. So 4.5 out of 5. This is a fantastic. There you go. Can't even get my words out. That's how good I think this is. A fantastic option for you guys to go out and try it. You know, if you want that low spin, want that workability, want an amazing feel, amazing looks up, I can keep on going on about it. It is definitely an option for you to look out for. Now, for me, I have this in the bag. I love it. I love the feel of it. I love the consistency of it. Yes, I could probably put a more forgiving one in and get a little bit more distance, but I just love the looks of it. I get exactly what I need from it. The carry isn't that great at the moment because obviously my swing speed isn't necessarily quick enough to really get the spin up to get a little bit more carry. But, you know, launch-wise, it launched in the air pretty well, 13 degrees on average. I really am getting some good distance. And we're playing at the moment in summer in the UK, so everything's rock hard at the moment. So the ball is going miles, which is perfect, absolutely perfect. And I've had some great shots with it. I remember hitting a driver. Unfortunately, there's Silvermere, there's a tree just to the right, hit the tree, and then I was about 240 yards uphill needing to hit this to get onto the green. I actually went over the green and it went over a bunker as well. Really, really happy with it. I've loved having it in the bag and it will stay in the bag. I can imagine until winter when I put a 5 wood back in just to get me that little bit more carry to maximise the distance because it'll become an absolute bog over here in the UK. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of the Mizuno ST-G Titanium. And yet again, go out and try this. If you're looking for one right now, go out and buy it now because it's an absolute bargain. Go and get yourself fit for it. It's an absolute bargain. But do be aware, this is a better player fairway wood. So it's not for the faint-hearted. If you're not hitting that middle of the face quite often, well, mainly not hitting the middle of the face, this might not be the fairway wood for you. But Mizuno do have some great other options out there for that person who wants maximum forgiveness. So always do think Mizuno when it comes down to woods, especially nowadays. All right, guys, remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Do comment down below, you know, do you play Mizuno woods? If you do, let me know which ones. And also remember to subscribe to the channel for weekly ACS golf reviews. All right, I'll see you soon for the next ACS golf video. Bye-bye.